Hi, I'm Ilya from Bitskout, and in this short video, I wanted to show you how you can extract line items from invoices to your tool. In this case, what we're going to use is we're going to extract it to Google Sheets. Okay. Now, first of all, Bitskout already has a template called Invoices, and we automatically extract line items from those. So to set up the extraction, you just need to press here, Use Template. Then, depending on the tool where you want data to appear or where you want to plug in to use, you can choose between Zapier, Make, Asana, and Monday, and there will be more tools. In our case, as we are extracting line items which come out from a document as a CSV, we either need to use Zapier or Make. So in this case, we're going to use Make. And in another video, I will show you how to use Zapier. So let's call it Invoices with Line Items. And that's it. So now we have our plugin. Here it is. You can run a test here. But yeah, now it's ready. The next step is to create a make scenario. So let's do so. It is super easy to do. And if you've seen the previous video how we extract data from tables, in this case, it's practically the same. So let us create a scenario. So typically you receive invoices via email, and this is what we're gonna use here. We're gonna use a trigger called watch emails. In my case, I will use Gmail. In your case, you can use Outlook or whatever mail client you use. Well, actually, it's either Outlook or Gmail. Okay. The folder will be inbox. I will put a Gmail filter, and I will add one thing to subject, this one, which basically tells me for this test that's the only emails we will analyze. In your case, you probably have invoices mailbox. If you don't, please create that to which you forward all the invoices. So you don't need to create this filter, okay? But in my case, I need it because it is my main mailbox, okay? This one. Now, okay, so now we're running emails. So the next step is probably you want to save the invoice, and that's what we're gonna do. But before that, we need to iterate the attachments that are coming from a Google Mail. Okay, here it is. Because an email can contain multiple attachments. So now what happens here, we receive an email, it has a bunch of attachments, then we start checking each attachment. And then the next step is to save the file to Dropbox. You can save it to Google Drive. The reason why we do that is eventually you want to have some kind of storage for the invoice, so you can always go back to an original file. And that's what we're going to do here. And then we need to create a share link to pass it to Bitskout from an upload. Okay, so straightforward, getting in emails, checking all attachments, going over each attachment, uploading the file, creating a link. And next thing is we need to use Bitskout. And here you need to run a plugin for a file. And the workflow is invoices with line items. Okay, and the link will be download URL. So now we have our scenario ready. The next step is to run it to add a CSV. Okay, and we need to parse the CSV. Now, Bitskout retrieves the items divided by semicolon, and there are 21 columns in the line items. You don't need all of them, but we extract everything we can. Okay, now we need to choose the CSV. As you can see, I only see custom fields, so let's put it here. And what needs to happen here, you need to run a Bitskout plugin at least once. I'm just gonna put here a share URL. So you need to run it once, that it will pick up the fields that we extract, because upfront Make doesn't know what plugin we're using. All right. Okay, so as you can see, this is what we have extracted. All right, so and these are the line items. As you can see, they look like this. Now, what we need to do is to choose here a correct CSV, and you need to choose here line items. And that's it. And the next step is to write data to a tool. In this case, let's write it to Google Sheets. Okay, so I already have here an invoices Google Sheet. So the challenge is that Google Sheet does not allow you to make a nested thing. So you kind of need to write here invoice ID, so you would know that these line items are coming from the same invoice. So in order for you to do that, some couple of things will be like this. Okay, so file name and invoice ID, and then you probably need to put line item description, line item quantity, line item total. Okay. In other tools, you can create nested like a subtask. Let's say in Asana and Monday, you create subtasks. So you have a main task, and then the line items are usually subtasks. But in this case, as we're using Google Sheet, that's what we're going to use. Right. So now we need to find a sheet, Google Sheets. And now we need to add a row. Okay. In this case, let's choose. It was called Invoices. Okay, we take the first sheet. Yes, table contains header. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put here a file name, so I know which file. I can double check that, and invoice ID. You can add more fields, of course, but then the line item description is in column 2. The quantity is column 10, and total is column 19. All right. So once you run the first time, all these column names will be updated. Okay. But right now I'm just taking them because I know them by heart. So here we are. Okay. So let's do just one run to see if there are no errors. So let me send an email. And in my test email, here I will add a test. This is the key for us to catch only this email. And I'm gonna drop another invoice here. Let's put 2. And let's write it here. Okay, so here it is. So now I need to send it. Okay, it's gone. Okay, so here we go. Let's see how many. Okay, so this is our invoices. And now it will run and start extracting data from intercom invoice. Okay, now we have already. As you can see, this is how it goes. Okay, so it also catches the discounts and you know. So yeah, this way you can extract line items. The challenge the challenge is like, imagine you have thousands of invoices and how do you extract a line item? So it's kind of a tricky thing to do and requires a little bit more thinking whether Google Sheets is the way to go. Maybe you should look at another tool like Rows or something else. But in general, that's how you can extract data from invoices into your invoice line items into your Google Sheet.